Near mint condition, the home of collected editions. And check out that eye, that's exactly what we want to see. Woo, look at that panel, baby. And that, as they say, is that. How's it going, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And today, I'm going to be giving you my overview of the King of Spies Library Edition from Dark Horse Comics. So let's go ahead and get started. And welcome back, everybody. Before going any further, a big thank you to the folks at Dark Horse Comics for sending us a copy of this library edition. This library edition is already out in the direct market and book market. It came out the last week of July. I think there was a little bit of a delay, so some people didn't get it or aren't getting it until the first week of August. But regardless, here it finally is, with this image that kind of reminds me of like a movie poster. Doesn't really tell you much about other than perhaps it's British. And then the Cobb cigarettes, or whoever this character is, loves smoking, drinking, and shooting, I guess. King of Spies, Mark Millar, Matteo Scalera. And then you have the spine of the book right here, King of Spies, Millar, Scalera, and Dark Horse logo down there. And some more images from Matteo Scalera right here, and the retail price $49.99, the Dark Horse logo, and the Netflix logo. Now, one thing I'm going to go ahead and show you is the actual edging on the book. It's that dark, actually it's a just straight up black edging, and so what we have here. I love that they're doing that with these library editions, and man, there's quite a few of these already, and more to come from the world of Dark Horse Comics. Not just for Millarworld, but actual other stories that they've published at Dark Horse. Underneath the dust jacket, what you'll see here, much like the other library editions, is the exact same front cover there, the spine looking the same, and then the back looking identical. So this literally is a dust jacket. Even in the spine, there's no difference. So that's something that Dark Horse has been doing for a while now with their library editions. And not every, good catch. Not every one of these, of course, has a dust jacket. Sometimes it's just art on board. All right, let's go ahead and crack it open and give you the quick pitch of the story, since there's not that many issues collected in here. And look at this artwork and the extras in the back. All right, first thing I want to do is I completely forgot to show the flaps over here. So you have Roland over here on the left-hand side, and who's that young buck? And what is the story about? All right, let's find out together. Let's go ahead and get this opened. You have your end sheets right here. And your title page, King of Spies, Library Edition. And the script by Mark Millar, Matteo Scalera, Giovanni Nero doing the colors, and lettering by Clem Robbins. This book collects issues 1 through 4 of King of Spies that were originally published by Image Comics. Each issue is broken or separated by the cover. So you get a full cover right there and telling you what chapter you're on. The book has 152 pages and retails for $49.99. I think this is the slimmest library edition from the Millarworld. Actually, I think this is the slimmest library edition that Dark Horse has ever put out. And mature, by the way, rated mature, just like I think 99% of Mark Millar's books from Millarworld. Starting off, I'm going to give you the pitch of this and just a little bit of a spoiler as to the premise of what this is. Starting off in Panama City in 1990, that's right, we're back then when U.S. was taking over the Manuel Noriega, and you will see characters here from real life and of course fictional characters. But we see this super spy, this James Bond type of character actually taking down a lot of these people in Panama. And we will go back to Panama because that part is really important to the story. And this is none other than Sir Roland King, who again is a super spy. And also you find out really quick that he's a bit of a bastard, like a lot of these super spies are. He's really great with the ladies, but he's a horrible father. So he does have a wife and kid, and we'll find out a little more about him here in a second. We see him fight these twins right here, and he leaves them for dead after this huge explosion. And as I said, we have actual historical characters appear through here and fictional characters. So this was a successful mission, and we see him now this morning. So it is 1990, and here we go to present day when he's 65 years old. And here we see he's an older gentleman, 65 years old, has a beard, still has a lady friend in bed, and he goes out for some drinks. He goes and meets the queen, and he's not a super spy anymore, but he's more like playing behind the scenes, not really doing paperwork or retired. He's still part of the system. It's just that he's not active in the field. So here, you know, he has to kind of mind his P's and Q's when he goes to this club, because this guy is picking on this waitress and being a jackass, if you will, and he tries to stand up for him, and then something happens where, you know, his head begins to hurt, and he just falls over and faints. As it turns out, he has glioblastoma, and that is a tumor in his brain, and the doctors are pretty much telling him he has 6 months to live. And that's something that will keep coming back. He has 6 months to live with 3 months of health. And that's it. So this is a moment right here when you realize what kind of person he was and has been since 1990 over here, when he was a super slick spy, to present day. When the doctor's like, do you want to call your son? It says here, Sir Roland, that you have a son. And he's like, don't waste your money. So you have a flashback here of his wife and his son, Atticus, and the kind of relationship they did not have because he ended up leaving them. So he's surrounded himself by women and never really built a family, so he's all alone. As the story progresses, he feels betrayed by the system. He feels that there's all these people that have helped waste his life away. Like, he's looking around and he sees that politicians and royalty and celebrities and journalists have all been these people that are guilty of draining him of his entire life. And now, what he wants to do is go out with a bang. So he wants to take out all the corrupt people, all the leaders, all the people that sent him on missions, all the people that he feels like have betrayed him in a way. And now the government's after him. So he's kind of gone rogue, right? He's got a death wish. So that's what he does through here. He goes and tries to kill everyone that he feels has wronged him. So it's kind of like a spy versus spy. So that people send out super spies to go after him, and they fail. So then they have to go and look to his past as to perhaps someone that could be able to take him down. And that's what this is. That's what the 4 issues is. It's a death wish between, or a fight, I guess, between Roland, King, and the British government and the special agency. There is a reunion between him and his son Atticus. That's not much of a spoiler. But what happened to Atticus? You know, if his father was not a part of his life, what did Atticus grow up to be? And I will leave you to find out what that is later. In the back, we do have sketches and covers. Not only do you have the covers, the main covers here, but you also have the variant covers and the second printing covers over here, all the way in the back. And then you have original artwork through here, right here. The sketches of the characters that you'll be seeing through the book, and then the thumbnail sketches over here. And the bios on the creators like Millar and Scalera, but also Nero and Robbins right there. And then the Mark Millar collection, again featuring books from Marvel and DC Comics, as well as what will be published in library edition through Dark Horse Comics. And then your end sheets. And let's look at the binding. 152 pages. Again, retailing for $49.99, and you do have a bookmark ribbon right here, and printed in this thick, glossy paper stock with no gutter loss or bleed through happening. But that is it. That, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this library edition, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content, the page count, and build of this library edition. In the comments down below, let me know if you plan on picking this up, if you have the original trade paperback from Image Comics, or if you're just getting all the library editions or all the Mark Millar books that Dark Horse is releasing in library edition format or trade paperbacks. But that's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.